You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Oh, this feels like the final football match between two soccer warriors. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me what the African formation is? Oh, it's 4-4-2. Amazing. Cool stuff. That's just super amazing, isn't it? Africa Business Radio is doing 4-4-2 on the news with 40% Nigerian stories, 40% African stories, and 20% global stories. Now that's what I call a homegrown, heart-breaking goal! Go!
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is going to be boom shakalaka.
It's always a blast to be live on Lifestyle Central. Hey everyone, welcome to the best, the very, very best thing on air right now. Okay, it is Lifestyle Central, another beautiful, beautiful Friday evening or afternoon, anyone you from whatever part of the world you're in from, and it's about to be a blast. My name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo, and it's
your boy Gigi AG baby.
I'm tired
Winfrey,
of you.
why won't you talk about the fact that I was a video vixen on a video?
It's not trending for today. This literally had his debut in Wajer's, like not a small video. Wajer's video. It was all over the internet. I'm like, my boy is blown. I mean, that's why it's Shakara for us.
You can take a picture. You can take a picture. Yeah.
I told you guys he was up to something, right? They're giving us the boy vibe. But it's okay.
It's all good. Hi everyone. Welcome to this evening show. We're always excited to be here. Winfrey is looking lovely as usual. She has this fun thing with her hair. She's like twisted in front and impacted behind.
You have no idea what this hair feels like on the inside. So yeah, let's just leave it.
But yeah, it's such a good evening to be
I have
here.
to compliment you since you complimented me.
No, I'm good.
I like your Nike shirt.
Thank you. My shoes are Adidas.
Okay, this is not about us. You can stop being narcissist now.
Let's focus.
Okay, let's focus. Okay, of course, it's Lifestyle Central, and what we'd like to do is talk about topical issues that literally need to be talked about. So today, we're definitely going in on a topic that we think is totally necessary for 2021. Why? Because a lot of people got jobless in 2020. So last week, we did talk about employment and job hunting from a hunter's perspective. And this, of course, we had a lovely guest.
Timoni.
Exactly.
She was dropping gems.
Absolutely amazing. And this week, we do have another lovely guest. But then again, the topic, before we get there, is job hunting from a headhunter's perspective. Yeah. I mean, we've covered a hunter. I mean, what you should do from that perspective. I mean, what you should do while waiting and all of that, how you should arrange yourself and all of that. But at this point, we think it's necessary to actually go in from, okay, the people that are literally looking for people to employ, what are they looking for?
Yep.
So our guest is definitely going to go in on that. But before we go there, let's hear what Adro has to say about job hunting from a job hunter's perspective.
From a headhunter's perspective. I'm not a headhunter, but
I
have a couple of questions for them.
You have
a couple of questions because, they really feel like they're on top of the world. They are the ones that decide our fate and all of this.
Brad, yeah.
I have a big question, right?
Brad, yeah.
When people apply for jobs, there are two circumstances that I find extremely annoying.
Yeah.
The first is when you apply for a job, right? And it's not even up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 20 minutes and they've already rejected.
Well, that is nice. I think that is nice.
Wait, that's the first one. No, wait, let me finish. You have never considered.
Wait, you read out that too?
Wait. That's the second one. But for the first one, right? My issue is like, in the email, they will now write, "Dear Adrian, after carefully considering your application, we had to make the tough decision. Fam, it took you all about 20 minutes.
That's a long
for an application that took me almost like 2 days. Very unfair. That's the first thing. Second one is those ones that never get back. That is the one that kills me. At least reasonable time. Do 1 week. Then you now say it took us some time. Don't just say no or just never come back. Those ones that never get back, I think they're thinking of, okay, they don't want to be too harsh and too sudden, so they try to say, okay, you know what, we'll do it next week. But next week comes and they're busy with other things, employing other people. Wow. And decide to move on. That is my personal take. I really want to understand what happens behind the scenes. Okay, so a couple of things that I've heard, some tricks, and I don't know how true they are. Some people, right, they say because computers are now used to like screen CVs to select the ones that apply. So what they do is that they copy the entire job description, right? Entire job description, make it very tiny, place it like on the Word document, right? Color it white so you can't see it. When they PDF the document and they send it in, because the computer is using words from the job description to search for CVs, it will pick in their CVs. I don't know how true that is. That's something I've heard. So I need her to tell me if this myth is true or.
I wonder who's giving you this very privileged information. Okay. So I noticed while we're doing, last week's one was quite general, right? But this one, it seems like we're boiling in a little. I don't want to say a little bit too much, because the truth is that not all job applications require a CV. Yeah, we're just talking about your debut. My
Instagram profile was my CV. Yeah.
So I want us to probably make it like wide enough. Do you understand? There are different ways now. Do you get? People don't always necessarily have to do the normal CV. Some people actually go to the page, just as you said, go through the Instagram and say, okay, fine, this person is it. And I've kind of had a little experience auditioning, models. Do you get? And they also ask, they come back. I remember auditioning somebody. The person came back like 3 times to ask, what was the problem? What did I do wrong?
Wow.
Why didn't you pick me? And I'm like, okay, see, we're trying to do something here, and there's a particular look we're going for. But then again, I don't want to say you don't have it. But come on, join 2 and 2 together. Do you understand? Not make it more difficult to reject you. But yeah, that's my own little take on that. Okay, so before we go in and have our guest,
Tifa,
of course, on, let's take a quick break and drink some water and catch our breath. We'll be right back.
Listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is going to be boom shakalaka.
Welcome back. You're still here on Lifestyle Central, and we're about to go in on our guest on our topic for today, which is job hunting from the headhunter's perspective. Adriel, would you do the honors of introducing our fabulous guest?
Drum rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, the guest for this evening is Tifa weighing. I can't do that. It's a lady. I cannot do that.
Wow.
But Tifa is a human resources analyst who works with Jobberman, which is like the top recruitment agency in Nigeria. And she's been in this field for about 3 years.
Tifa is going to be sharing with us her perspective on our topic for today, which is job hunting from a headhunter's perspective. I think if you're in market for a job, you're trying to upgrade, trying to get a new job, you should grab your notepad right now because you're about to get like some secrets, some deep secrets. Even I,
secret
let me apply that here. Even I am taking notes. Even I. So hi Tifa, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. And please, before we go into the topic, I have one question for you.
Okay.
When you were a job hunter,
job seeker, okay.
Exact job seeker, right? Looking for that job. How did you get the role of being a headhunter? Do you understand? Do you understand the question? Okay, yes.
How did they headhunt you to be a headhunter?
How did they headhunt you to be a headhunter?
Okay, so pretty much I started as an intern at Jobberman. So you had to learn from basics, but I knew what I wanted. I wanted HR. So I made my intentions known to them. And when there was an opportunity in the HR department, they were just like, oh, yo, Tifa, why not join? And I'm like, yay, I made it. So,
awesome. Wow. Okay. That seems quite direct.
Yeah.
Quite simple.
Are you hearing already? See, tips are dropping. Go for what you want. Make your intentions clear.
And of course, I think it's a no-brainer because I went through your profile and you did study human resource?
Mass communication.
Oh, mass communication. Oh, sorry. So, certification?
Yes. Human resource
certification. Yes, so of course, in a way, you definitely prepared yourself for the role you wanted.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So now, what do you think generally? What would you have to say generally about the topic we're talking about today? Considering the fact that, see, a lot of Nigerians see job hunting as a chore because it actually kind of is in this climb, right? So, what has your experience been like? And like, what I don't know. What do you see from that angle that we are not seeing?
Okay, so job hunting is a job on its own. So we always tell people that when you're looking for a job, you have to take it like your 9 to 5, whereby you sit down and you actually look for a job. You keep applying. You can apply 50 times in a day. Just ensure that you are ready for it. So pretty much for me, when I started, what we look out for. Okay, let me just start. When I started, looking for a job in 2019, it wasn't so easy because I had to work on my CV. I had to reach out to people that I needed my CV to sell me better. Because once your CV can sell you better, if you're called for an interview, there's like a 70% chance you get the job. All you have to do is sell yourself very well. So once you can sell yourself to the recruiter, they're like, oh my God, this is nice. It's not like I've wasted my time on you.
Is lying included?
What's it?
Is lying included?
We'll catch you. We'll let you catch you if you lie. But really, what I always tell people is that for your CV to speak for you when you're not there, you have to tailor it down to a particular industry. So if I put out an advert for a customer experience lead, and you are maybe in the banking industry as an HR manager, and you apply, once I see your CV, I would not bother scrolling, looking into it.
Okay.
I'll just move it. So once I see that, okay, your CV is tailored towards customer experience, customer service, yes, I can spend a little more time. For other recruiters, they do Control F. So what they do simply is, I know what I'm looking out for, the skills I'm looking out for. So I just open your CV and I do Control F. Do you have
wow. This answers my first question.
Yes, that's why.
This is my first question.
It's an auto response.
Wow.
Yeah, because you can't waste our time. Like, you have pools of candidates. I have over 300 and something people apply for a particular role. I'm looking for one person. And that's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm also doing other things. So you can't just say, I'll be wasting my time. So you have to get better and faster at it. So if your CV is not tailored, number one, somebody was with me one time when I was shortlisting candidates, and he legit looked at the time and he was like, the average time you spend on one CV is 4 seconds.
Wow.
And I'm like, I
4
didn't even know
seconds.
that. Yeah, because you need to move very fast. Like, you need to.
So is it like, so this 4 seconds like the initial like review process, or like, is this CV even related to what we're doing or not before you now go deeper?
Stage?
Or is that like first stage review and then you go back and say, let me even read this CV, but actually
This is the first stage.
Okay.
So if I'm shortlisting from a pool of 300 candidates and your CV is not properly written, you're out. If your profile summary is not catchy, you're out.
So even if that's what they're looking for is in there, it needs to be properly written.
Yes, you need to get my attention. I need to see something that will get my attention, and I'm like, oh, let me go
down. Does the picture matter?
So much power.
Please, people, take out your pictures.
So much power.
Take out your pictures.
Are you serious? Take out your pictures.
Yes,
but that's about that. But that depends on
it's
industry,
relative,
right?
Yes. No,
so if someone in fashion, if someone was recruiting in fashion,
if you see my CV, you see my face first before any.
Okay, because she's also an on-air personality. So if you're recruiting for TV, then I think
still no. Even wow,
for real, because I might not be in the mood, and in my head I'm like, why are you smiling so much?
So this is your mood, right?
I mean that like there can be existing prejudice against you just based on your face. It's like, this is fine, girl, just a me out.
Oh, so you're trying to show me that you're pretty, and I'm like, please go away.
Are you?
So yes. So things like that, we tell people to remove their pictures so that the recruiter is not biased about it.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. Truly, we don't want people taking decisions based on how people look.
Do you understand?
So irrespective of the industry.
Take out your pictures.
If
they want your picture, they will tell you to attach it to your
Yes. Oh, nice.
Because it limits you in so many ways. We're humans, and then you're just like, why did she put that picture there? Like, show off. Just remove it. It's very unnecessary.
No, wait. So I want to know clearly: is this based on? Is this like a principle for job hunters? That's also something I want to even ask. Like, is there a training you do getting this role? I'm sure there is.
Different roles.
This role
to be a headhunter, to be a recruiter, of course.
So is this part of? Is that the take out the picture? Is it part of the one of the principles, part of one of the rules?
So, in Nigeria here, we know how we think, we know how we behave.
Yeah.
And there are sometimes that the pressure is a lot. You have more than 10 rules that you need to close. So people tend to behave, how will I say it now? They will just, based on their emotions, if I see your picture. So we've observed it, even me.
Nigerians are very irritable.
Yes. You just go and feel like, oh, I'm fancy. I like this picture, so I just go and I put it. I'm like, this is not even professional. Take it out. Because if you want me to see your picture, then put your LinkedIn, the link to your LinkedIn there. I'll open your profile and I'll
then see the picture.
Okay, I see. I think that makes sense. I think having a picture on your CV may work in your favor, because when you might look at you, I'm like, oh, I really like this person, but then it might also damage a person. Like, who the hell is this? Why are you here? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So please take out your pictures.
Any other tips? Since we're already on tips, because I wanted to ask that question.
Okay, so pretty much how to write your CV and what is going to sell you.
Okay.
Now, do not put your age, your gender. They don't need all those things. Your where you're from, the state you're from, if you're married or you're single.
For real?
If they need it, they'll ask you for it.
Okay.
Because people can also be biased. If I'm looking to recruit and I see that you're 35, I'm like, oh my god, can you do this role? I'll take it out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But if you don't put your age there and I don't see it, even if you're 35, when you come for the interview,
you eventually come, it'll be too late. Yeah, it might be too late.
I'm like, okay, you might even sell yourself way better than I imagined. You might be agile and all of that. So yes, it is actually fine. So take out all that. So pretty much it's your name. After your name, put your email address, your phone number. We advise you use one number, because you can't be stressing recruiters. I tried this number, it's telling me switched off. I tried the second one, it's saying it's not reachable. I'll just leave it. So you have to put one working number that you know that they can reach you. The link to your LinkedIn profile is very important. For people that want to see how you look, they will click on the link and it automatically takes them there. And there are some information that you don't need on your CV that is on LinkedIn. So if I like your CV, I'm like, oh, I want to get more information. I'll go to your LinkedIn and then I'll check. So example is marketing people. You can link articles that you've written, campaigns you've done on LinkedIn. So if I want to see
more of that,
then I can go to your LinkedIn page. So after that, area of expertise. Now, this is one of the places we look at. If you have the necessary skills, so your hard skills, your soft skills are here. So you can make them 12, you can make them 10, depending on you. But ensure that it highlights what you're good at. So for example, if you're a marketing person, you put content marketing, you put email marketing, you put B2B, you put B2C. it's easier. I'm like, oh, she has something that I'm looking for, so I can even try it out. Do you understand? So you can also put cool soft skills, good communication. We always look out for that. So if you put it there, I'm like, okay, let me take my time and I'll go down. Now, the next is your professional experience. When you're writing your professional experience, so it's meant to be the current to the last, basically. So your current should be in continuous tense.
Okay.
Acting as this. So everything is in ing. So I know that, in your current role, these are the things you're doing. These are your daily deliverables. Okay. It's acting. So you know that, nice. This person knows how to write a CV. Okay. Now, I always tell people to put key achievements, because you might be on a role for a year. There are things that you'll have achieved for salespeople, for marketing people, even HR professionals. There are things you would have achieved in that 1 year. Write it there. So highlight it, key achievements, and you put it there. Simple, detail, don't put too many words. Just ensure that, one, you already have the JD you're applying for. So you look at it and then you put,
okay, yes.
Oh, I can do this. So you put it, you match it. So it's easier for you. If I do Control F, I'll find it. I'll see it there. Pretty much.
Oh, Control F.
If I had access to your laptop, F will be missing.
So from there, then your past experiences should be in past tense. Worked on, assisted, ensured, everything in past tense. Don't forget every role, your key achievement. Then you go to your education. Take out your primary school, is not needed. The secondary school is fine. University, master's, PhD, whatever, it's fine. Then you go to your certifications. Now, in all this, you ensure, I know that there are some people that have worked in different industries. So if you're looking to maybe, so there are some relating roles. For example, office manager and let's say admin manager. It is similar. For some organizations, it's the same position, but others, different people own the title. So you can have two CVs, one tailored towards admin and one tailored towards office management. So that way, the trainings that you've done for your administrative role, you put it under the admin CV. And the trainings you've done for office management, you put it under the office management. So when you do these things, we're like, okay, I will spend another 3 seconds on your CV. So the next thing left to you is your assessment, because you've already won my heart. I'm like, oh, I like her, I like him, and then I shortlist you. So the next stage is basically assessment. Assessment for some people is maths, for some people is soft skills, and we realize that a lot of people don't have these soft skills, so they fail from there. And they fail because they feel like, oh, I have time. They say 3 business days. And then you go and you forget that 3 business days. Maybe they say 3 days. Well, it's 3 business days. I sent it to you maybe on Friday. There's a way they shall calculate it that's very funny. And then you lose out on it. But it's always like immediately you see it, attend to it, because even me as an hiring manager, I'm trying to close my roles fast. True. So the first 10 people, if I see 10 people that I'm okay with, I can shortlist the 10 people and I'm out. You're done. So if you like to me,
so time is of the essence.
It's of the essence. So immediately you see it, you already know. Go ahead and do the assessment. So after the assessment is now the interview. A lot of people are always scared, and I always tell people that an interview process is just for the recruiter to meet you.
That's what people say.
I'm not lying to you. Do you know, in my office,
there are some recruiters that are mean. It's like a battle.
No.
Some of them literally, I don't know. Based on experience is actually what I'm saying. Do you understand? I mean, I believe they're recruiters that are trained, but I also believe some companies literally don't. They don't even go through the recruitment process, or recruitment company literally just put out their frustrations on job seekers. I will tell you from experience.
So if that happens, you already know the type of company.
Very true. Very
so
true.
you have to ask yourself, do I want to work here?
But I don't agree with that. I think that there might be a bad egg who is in recruitment, or the person might never be a bad egg. The person might be having a bad day.
Sound like Adrian.
And the person is stop that.
Am I lying?
And the person is taking it out on someone who is like looking for a job. Just like, oh, I had a bad day today. Maybe I had an accident and I came into this meeting, and so
doesn't have a bad day.
And so I'm going at you. And I think that's why sometimes people are afraid, because it's like, am I prepared for all of the many questions they could be asking me?
There's that one. And some companies also work. They try to form good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
So while someone is trying to pet you, the other person is literally just going.
100%.
And it's actually planned.
And the reason why they
kick you off balance.
And the reason why they do that sometimes is because they admit that no organization is perfect. And so even if you walk into the company with the best practice, you meet people who are crazy. It might not be your colleagues, it might be your clients. So they want to see how you're going to react under pressure. Yeah.
How tough your skin is.
See, when we say react under pressure, we try to remove that word now. Okay. Because a lot of people mistake it. Okay. And we've also realized that even myself, not so many people can work under pressure. So for the person that wants to take it out on the candidate, that's very unprofessional.
Yes.
Because if I'm having a bad day, I can easily meet my colleague, please handle this interview for me.
And said, okay.
Do you understand? Go and meet the HR manager. Oh, something happened in the house and, I have an interview, or reschedule. Don't take out your frustrations on candidates. Now, candidates, you have to be composed. Don't let it look like, I know, like it's easier said than done.
True.
But if you go to the venue like 30 minutes before, you observe people passing. Just sit and observe them. It gives you some sense of confidence that, okay, I can do this. This person is working here. I think I can do it. No, for real, we're humans. We judge people.
If you could make it, I can make it.
So you just sit down and be relaxed, be composed. That will help you. Your confidence, like, it is me they want to meet now. No problem. If anybody gives you the trait that you, just be nice. You answer the question the way you want to answer it. You sell yourself to them. For marketing, for sales, numbers are what we look at. You tell them, I moved the company's income from 25% to 50% in my first 3 months. In the second 3 months, trust me, they're like, whoa.
Wow. Okay.
So you realize that even the person that is acting up, see, it's your runway, and it's your spotlight only. So if they're giving you attitude, maybe somebody's giving you attitude there. So calm down and sell yourself like, I did this. You say, tell me about you. You say your name. You say what you do, your daily deliverables. And
sorry to cut you short, but that is from the point where, okay, the person has experience. Yeah. Now, being naive, being fresh, going for a job interview, what is the approach? You're blank, basically. So what is the approach to getting them to say, okay, we want to try this person? Because that's most of the issue. You know how they say it now? They'll say be 25, have how many qualifications and how many years of experience. So what is the catch for that?
So the catch for that really is potential. If you're new and we know that, this person, is new, we want to know that you have potential. You're a salesperson. I don't have sales skills, but I can sell. You use their terms, talk about budget, handling budget, maybe in school. But I also advise people not to just remain idle. When you're in school, volunteer somewhere. It helps you.
Intern, yeah.
So when you get there, you use, for instance, if you go to a marketing interview, you have zero experience. Before you get there, do your research. Marketing terms. What are you doing? Most likely questions they'll ask. Google is your friend. Marketing interview questions. Everything will come up. So the more you use their terms, the more passionate you are about it, it will land you the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think something to your question, Murphy, something else I'll add is, I feel like while you're in your school and doing all of those things, apart from adding skills, you should also be very aware of what's happening in your environment, and you should also have a life. I think if I use an example, when I was recruiting for a bank, when I was interviewing with a bank, when I was interviewing with a bank a long time ago, sometime in my past, right? In one of the interviews, right, it was second stage. It was a regional director and somebody else. It was a big interview. So they said, "Tell me about yourself." First question, and somewhere in there, I said, "I like adventure." This is at the beginning of the interview. And one of them looked at me and said, "Everybody says they like adventure, but what do you mean by you like adventure?" And then I told him the story of when I went to Kanu via train from Lagos, and it took me 3 days, and I was just describing the whole experience, the whole story. That was the end of the interview. Legit the end. They moved on. They were like, what? They were like, okay, wait. So you're saying that a woman jumped in from the window? I was like, yes. They were like, wow, what? I'm telling you, 15 minutes of gist.
Is that professional?
At the end of the day,
on that panel,
at the end of the day, they were like,
wouldn't you walk him out? If I was there, I'd actually walk him out.
Why would you walk me out? You asked me a question, I was answering.
So
yes.
It also, some of these people, they use it to catch fun. Like, I've been interviewing people for a long time.
So they literally fell in love with his personality and his storytelling skills, as opposed to what role were you interviewing for?
It was experience executive trainee at the bank. So I'd passed all the aptitude test, because I feel like at some point interviews are, when they're trying to separate candidates, about who do I like, who would I want to work with, because we've taken out, you passed the test, we've looked at your CV, you have passed on that stage of talk. Now we just want to like you. So do you get? So I feel like having a personality, stories, experiences, just helps you. And something I also do, when I'm asking questions, I'll not be checking in story, so if you ask me about communication skills, I'll say something I believe I'm a strong communicator, so for example, blah, and then I'll tell you something. Sometimes they dead it there, but some of them will be like, so what happened? Once you've gotten them to that place where they are gisting with you, it has clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good for roles that they're going to train, and you're looking for soft skills. That's easy. I know that he's a good communicator. I'm like, I'm big on him, I want him. He can communicate, so if I give him how will I say it, he can imagine things and just create a very good scenario for me. So good,
okay, so now I want to go to a part that's very important to me.
Okay.
Fashion.
You want to use this show to get your next job? I don't understand. What's happening here?
Please excuse me. I have to milk. I don't milk it.
Okay, milk it.
So fashion, right? A lot of people have issues with that. So is it the same? Does the whole thing with the picture kind of apply here? Is there what is it? Is there anything too much for an interview? Does it depend on the role I'm applying for? What is it? Will my personality shine bright through my fashion, or should I just know I'm coming here for business and just dress accordingly?
No, it's fashion. Fashion is what they're looking out for.
Okay.
So if you make the interview your own way,
so they want it.
Yes, because those are things they look at. Can this girl represent me? Can she represent the brand when she goes out? So when you come in for your interview, you match all your pieces well.
You need to look the part.
You have to look the part. It's the fashion industry. That's what they want. So beyond you...
No, not in fashion industry. I'm talking about, fashion industry.
Okay, you're talking about fashion in an interview.
In an interview.
Oh.
Okay.
Like for a regular job interview, how should you dress?
Yes, how should you dress?
Oh.
What is too much? No, fashion... No, you don't need to tell her, we know.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So basically, you have to look at the company, still do your research. For the banks now, you can't wear some colors. They'll look at you like, don't you know you're going to?
You can't go to First Bank and wear a red tie.
What's that?
I'm telling you, don't try it.
They will not pick you. Yeah, because you're not representing.
Is that going to go interview at MTN and you're wearing red or green?
So you basically have to do your research. Now, for tech companies, you're good with your T-shirt, your jeans. You can work in. I know somebody asked me that we should normalize wearing trad for interviews, and I'm like, well, my own take on that is simple. If you realize the company allows, it's part of their culture, their dress code to wear trad, by all means, wear your trad, wear your cap, and go there for the interview.
Okay. So that's for a company. What if the company is using a recruiting company?
Yeah,
you understand?
Exactly.
So that one you will not know. That's why we always tell people to play safe.
Okay.
In a situation whereby sometimes I have people call me back and say, "Oh, hi Tife, sorry, is this for jobberman or is for a client?" And I tell you this is for jobberman. So once you know that it is for jobberman, then you can play along.
Yes.
But once you know that it is for another company, please play safe. Wear a dark color, so you can wear your black, your navy blue, your gray. So people wear blazers, but really, it doesn't mean that you're corporate. I don't like blazers. So,
you don't?
So I advise them to get a corporate top or shirt and with their pants, and they're good to go. So
and obviously not too exposed, nothing too short.
don't
cleavage.
expose anything when in Nigeria. Please close your legs. Wear long skirts, like below
knee length.
Okay. Yes. So once you go in and you see that, so they're allowed 2 inches above the knees, then you can now start wearing your shorts.
Guys, wear trousers below the knee. No, don't wear three-quarter. Since people are giving female advice, let me give you male advice.
What are beards?
Some companies don't mind.
Some companies. What of a recruiting company?
I don't
Colored hair, dreads.
So for
she said she said
no, the thing
my dear, cut your dreads.
No. So if it is if
it's a music role.
In Jobberman, we have someone that makes his hair. Is a guy.
Okay.
So the first time he came into the office,
was he making his hair when he joined?
Yes, it came like that for his interview.
Okay.
So the first time people saw it, they were like, "Whoa, someone makes hair here," and they were excited. They went to rally around him, and
he was a cool
like,
guy.
"Oh, I really want this guy to work here."
Oh, nice.
And some people came, HR, are you sure we can employ this guy? And I'm like, he's a creative.
Okay.
This is how they dress. So if we look
So if it was not a creative, if it was in finance.
No. Finance people will not even keep
the same organization. The same organization.
Different attitude.
But finance people, you can't see them with this hair in Nigeria.
They're very disciplined.
Because they are client facing.
Okay.
Imagine you going to a bank and you're like, I'm here to undo so amount. They look at you like a joke.
I had a friend like that who used to work with. He's a tech guy. He's still a tech guy, but now he's branched out some other things, right? And he had these dreads, but he was a tech guy who was client facing. And it's always used to come up in like the executive meeting. He used to meet with like boards of banks, directors, and it was always like,
Adrian, I think you share your story.
Who is this guy? My beard story. So like when I joined my firm is a conservative firm, right? And so beards were not like allowed, right? But I wanted to keep
it down their throat.
I wanted to keep a beard, so I kept on keeping the beard, and I got feedback and complaints. But I feel like sometimes you just have to look at what's happening in the time, right? Sometimes a company can say, because they wrote their rules 25 years ago, beards are not allowed.
There is that, yes.
But this is 20-something.
Exactly. So I wanted to say
beards.
that. So is it a company now, or should we say the world is shifting?
As the world shifts,
will the corporate side of it, will it adjust
inevitably
to that?
Yeah.
Or are we still strict? And it's just the same way.
The corporate world is not carrying dreads to interview yet.
No,
or dyed hair.
Just know the time you're in.
Exactly.
Or dyed hair. Okay.
Yeah, and you're gonna.
As a guy, for women you can dye your hair. As a guy, you can't.
We're even in certain colors.
Yeah.
See, my color allowed?
Yeah, I'm sure
it's
it
not
is.
allowed.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
It was allowed though.
So pretty much, I just think that you should look at the company, and it depends on the role.
Okay.
Is it developer? Developers are laid back when it comes to fashion, and so they're allowed. You can keep your dreads, it's fine, because the client is not bothered about your hair. Now talking about money, finance, tickets, and then you're coming with dreads. Will not.
I think we'll get there.
Eventually.
We will eventually.
Yeah, I think
right
because
now,
those things are superficial. I think we'll get there.
They don't affect. I personally do not believe that the way I look affects my work. So it's just like saying, okay, she's pretty, I'll give her a role.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, that was the thing.
Yeah. They'll give you marketing roles.
Exactly. Oh well, there's that. Do you understand? So I think that also kind of just look at it. Okay, does he have what it takes? I mean, he can be a finance guy and still keep his hair. What if his some of the biggest guys on Wall Street would not be employed in the Nigerian bank. And they know more than almost everybody else combined because of how they appear. But I'm saying, where we are right now, you probably won't get a job looking like that. So if you're applying for a job and you want to use yourself as you want to be the front runner for dreadlocks in corporate Nigeria, that's between you and your journey. But I'm saying that by and large, there are some things that you may not want to try. For example, carrying dreadlocks or dyeing your hair as a guy and walking into recruitment. My question though is, there's we had a full argument on one of our shows, right? With our guest, where we are speaking about the fact that there are a lot of unemployed people in Nigeria.
Okay.
But employers always say there are not a lot of employable people in Nigeria. Yes. So from your perspective as a recruiter, what's your general experience with the quality of people who are in the unemployment market?
I'll still go with that. So many people are unemployable. Because one, you don't even have the soft skills. If you have soft skills, I'm like, oh, I can teach you hard skills.
Good. Drill down. I know what soft skills are, but then people may be listening and they don't know what soft skills are.
Okay, soft skills, I'm talking about rapport building. I'm talking about teamwork. I'm talking about time management. The things that literally they will not teach you in school. So this is why I said that you have to volunteer, even if you're in, like when you're in school. You know, I didn't have the opportunity. Okay, I did COS like 3 months, 6 months, pretty much. But my younger brother, I ensured that from 100 level, he actually started working. So he has experience. So he can slay any interview whenever he goes there. So you have to have soft skills. If you have soft skills, I'm confident that, okay, I can teach you hard skills. Anybody can learn how to code. Anybody can learn how to do email marketing, send bulk SMS and all of that. That's not a big deal. But once I can see that I can teach you, I'm good to go. I'm like, okay, yes, I can take a risk hiring this girl. Then hard skills, it's a plus. Because I'm like, instead of me teaching you Microsoft Word, you already know it.
This is for entry-level roles, though.
Yes,
okay, yeah.
Roles. So you have to learn those easy things, Excel, you know, those small things that you use to sell yourself. I'll ask you, rate yourself in Excel. And then you tell me 9 over 10. I'm like a joker. Because even the gurus
are not 9 over 10.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So those are things that you have to look for something better. You know, it's already late. If you finish school and you feel like, oh, that I don't have any experience, volunteer somewhere. You know, try to add something to yourself. Write certifications. Those are things that will help you in the long run. But pretty much volunteer, because they want to know that you can do, you're good with a team, you can communicate properly, rapport building, all those things, and they'll teach you the hard skills.
So, wait, you know, I asked about employability just based on your experience, and you were of the opinion that many of the people in the market are not employable because they lack the adequate soft skills.
Yes.
Right. I was the opinion that for experienced roles, it is also because employers don't want to pay enough money to get the people who they should be getting. So what's the take on that? What's your take on that? Because I think that in my experience, I know people who are really quality people, but who are dissatisfied with the offers that they've received because they feel like, nah, this doesn't cut it for me. So what's your general experience with that?
My general experience is, one, there's something called salary negotiation. If an employer comes and offers you something, I always tell people, don't be too fast to accept the offer.
Okay, we need to talk about that.
Once you get on the job and you see your deliverables, you'll be frustrated. So beyond the money, there are other things you have to look at. So for people like that, to be honest, they can negotiate their salary. They have to bring it up. I do this, I do that. Build your case. I do this, I do that, I do that. And then you're like, I need a salary increment. But still boils down to you doing a research. Now, you saying that some employers are not willing to pay. Some are not willing to pay. Some are willing to pay. Guys, NGOs, they have money.
But some NGOs still come out and say, "Oh yes, we're this, we're that. We're trying to work with this. Is it so? No. My question is, are those all tactics to see if you will settle? Are they willing to? Because in the Nigerian market, I think all employers literally want you to push before they give you what they think you deserve. They won't actually give you what they know should be given for that particular role until you say, "Okay, no, I'm not accepting that. You have to do something." And sometimes, in some cases, even walk away before they now call you back and say, "Okay, take it."
I know that sometimes, you're working with a budget, especially if your company is not the one that has the final say. You have a parent company.
Yeah.
So it can be really hard. But whatever it is, if you're not happy with the role, first thing, you have to know your worth. Once you know that I have 3 years experience in HR, I have this, I have that. I go for an interview and you offer me maybe whatever you offer me and I don't like it. Is it that can we negotiate? You get. If you say no, then I wouldn't take the offer.
I wouldn't take the offer, okay.
I might be desperate, but I do not want to come on board and then I'll be frustrated because, one, I realize that I'm not paid well. I have to give in all my time, all my efforts, everything. And
true. Some people will say, okay, fine. Even if some people will say, okay, take this one first. So then maybe start looking from there. Would you advise that? They say it's better, okay, at least a bed in hand Like type of, they get a job, they start looking for another one. What do you think? What is your take on that?
It is not good because I'm looking at your CV and I'm going to ask you worked here 3 months, you worked here 2 months, you worked here 1 month. What is the problem? This is already a pattern. And then you tell me, oh, I just wanted to have something, and I'm like, so why should I feel like you don't just want to have this now and then
for something greater?
Voila, for no get work.
So yeah, don't do that. I feel what I also tell people is, if you know where you're going, money is good. Money is nice, especially in Nigeria. To have money is bliss. But you also have to look at the experience. What can I bring out from this? What can I get? If you stay 1 year, 1 year is fine. That's 12 months. It's actually fine. Okay. So you will get something out of the organization, an added advantage to yourself. And then you can leave. Okay. You'll go. But beyond that, if the money is not good, salary negotiation. Aside money, negotiate your benefits. Negotiate your benefit and I've forgotten the word now. Negotiate your benefit. Basically, what I mean is your compensation and benefit. Okay. No, bonus is just a free gift. So what you will do is, okay, you're offering me 150k gross. This is low. My standard, this is below my standard, but it's fine. You have 20 days working leave. I want to negotiate to 30. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. So then the person goes back and forth. No, the company is 20. You're like, no, I have to make up. It's a win-win situation. You have to be happy. Yeah. So if the person is still saying no, then you're looking at it like, man, this is not it. For other people, HMO, I have 5 children. Your company covers 4. I want to include my 5th child. Okay. For some people, depending on how senior your role is, negotiate for a car, a company car, an official driver. Depending on your role as well, you can negotiate for an apartment. Okay. Yeah. Expatriates do this a lot. A whole lot. So
sometimes they don't even have to do it. It's literally offered to them most of the time. And their Nigerian counterparts literally don't have this benefit.
We don't so what she's saying is that we should be negotiating. We should be speaking
negotiating. Don't just accept everything that they give.
Don't just accept any offer they give.
So okay, that is great. But entry level, what should that be like?
It will be hard to negotiate for an entry level person. So my own advice,
because they're happy in your life,
pretty much. My own is that you should just take it as a training ground. Okay. I'm going to stay with this company when I started as a content developer, and at the point I knew I was like, nah, this is not what I want. So I had to start looking for a way to remove myself to chase what I actually wanted. So pretty much learn what you need to learn. Everything I learned during my content development days, they've been useful. I still use them now. I have people reach out to me, help me do this, help me do that. I still use them to today. But you learn what you need to do and you move on. Okay. Put a time frame to it. I want to spend 1 year, minimum 1 year. So you just endure. Have friends you talk to, have mentors that will help you. It's like put your hands on fire. So really, because these are people that on your worst days, you can easily reach out to them and they will help you. They'll
encourage you.
Encouragement.
Yeah, true.
So you're not like doing life alone. But after 1 year, pack your bags and you can go. So you will see that by the time you get there, you get to another company and they offer you something. You're like, now maybe this.
Exactly, true. Very, very true.
So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ife. This conversation can literally go on till tomorrow, but we have to go now because we're literally running out of time, brah. Thank you so much. I definitely personally have learnt so much from this alone, and I definitely had questions I'll ask you, so you definitely will come back.
All right.
Sorry I use that word so much. Yeah. But yeah, you will come back, and I definitely can't wait for that. Thank you so much. Right now, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll go right into trending and then spotlight. Lifestyle Central.
Lifestyle.
Back in a bit.
Back in a bit.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio. towards a profitable Africa.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is gonna be boom shakalaka.
Hey, that was so amazing from T-Fair. Like, her nuggets were super duper awesome. And I hope you took notes. And please, if you took notes, can you send it to me via Instagram DM? Not Winfrey type of notes. Not Winfrey type of notes. Anyway, that's an inside joke. All right.
Creating it.
Straight to trended, Winfrey. What's up?
Okay, so of course we had Cicely Tyson die, at age 96. Honestly, when I heard she died, I didn't know she was the one, because you know how actors are, right? You know their faces, you don't know their names. She definitely was a legend when it comes to movies. She acted a whole lot of black movies, and one thing she was known for was standing against stories or storylines that shared more
black stereotypes.
Exactly. Black stereotypes mainly. And I think it was really, really a sad story when I actually saw it. But then again, she was like 4 years short of 100.
Yeah.
And then
I think she lived a full life.
She did live a full life.
So I think this is one of those cases where you say celebration of life. Yeah, she lived a full life. So
rest in peace.
We love you, Cicely Tyson, and we hope you rest in peace. Yeah.
And we really hope that our generation can produce more women like you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. You were talking about GameStop. What's that about?
We should have talked about this last. We've now said rest in peace. You now want me to give you gist. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So we all know that GameStop stock went through the roof and cost like a $1 billion loss for some hedge funds. And so what happens is, like, hedge funds usually bet against some companies. So they say, oh, we predict that this company is going to lose money, and so they do their Wall Street magic, right? And so some other guys were like, do you know what? Random individual people came together, banded together, and went and bought lots of the stock of this company that the hedge funds bets was going to dip.
Down.
And so the stock price went through the roof, and the hedge funds lost a lot of money. And then so what happened next is that a platform called Robinhood that sort of trades stock stopped trading the GameStop stock, right? And so it's like, wow, Robinhood is stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, because the whole conversation is now around how Wall Street favors rich people and always tries to protect their interests, and and wants to push out all outsiders or even the masses from like getting in. So this has just made me think a lot about investments. We spoke about investments this year. And it's just such an interesting story.
Definitely interesting. I think what's caught me the most about that was the fact that, see, now people can literally control these things, right? A lot of people are not waiting for the market. Their predictions that usually happen. Exactly. They say, okay, the market is going and all of that. Now they can see that, we can literally plan and go in and change the whole narrative.
Mass movement.
Do you understand? So that is really scary. So a lot of us are just sitting now trading on our phones. You literally need to be up to date and like know what's happening, okay? Because you don't know who's planning the buyouts on the other side. Okay, so I think the last story we'll take for trending is about the fact that the federal government is contemplating another lockdown, a strategic lockdown.
Strategic?
I don't know.
Is Lagos inside?
It targeted. No, it's not inside. Who is inside? So Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, among some other states, and all of that, because despite the fact that people are recovering from this thing, a lot of people are actually dying from COVID-19. I think sometime last week, I heard we had our highest cases in a day of deaths. And I'm like, that's actually very weird. And I think it makes a whole lot of sense, because now a lot of people closer to home are being affected by it. I know yesterday someone was telling me about five different people from like people that have literally died from this thing in the past couple of weeks. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we definitely need to be more careful and all of that. And because of that, our spotlight today is on COVID-19 precautions and safety measures.
No,
So
wait.
make sure-
But do you think that there should be another lockdown? You, Winfrey?
Do I think there should be another lockdown? Honestly, maybe.
Wow. There's silence in the room.
Yeah, maybe. You asked my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't I have a right to my opinion?
I did not argue with your opinion. I just said there's
So-
silence in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's it.
I think there should be another lockdown. Yeah, for maybe just a little while, for things to calm down. Yeah,
Little while.
yeah,
Actually.
to remind us that we need to wear our face masks because all of you will be wilding out. You guys are badly
So
behaved.
the truth is, the economy is where it is, and the truth is, with the government we have, beep. The economy is where it is.
She said beep.
Economy. No, but honestly,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was not a
is
computer sound. Winfrey said beep with her mouth.
the economy is where it is, right?
Yeah.
And you know how they say health is wealth. It really is. And if all of us die, who will now revive it? So we really need to be careful. So yes, I think the lockdown would not even be to reduce the cases, in my opinion. It's to remind us.
That Corona is outside.
Do you understand? Exactly. Corona is outside. That is why you are inside. So when you go back outside, make sure you are behaving yourself.
Yeah,
that is
I
it. So
agree.
on that note, wear your face mask in public, at work, wherever you are. Keep your face mask on, except you're in a personal space that you're sure about. Wash your hands with soap and water. Sing the happy birthday song twice if you have to. I mean, if you don't have anybody to wish happy birthday, wish me happy birthday. Even my birthday is in August. Anyways, and of course, sanitize your hands as regular as possible. When you go to the store to buy stuffs, wipe down when you bring them home. Have a clean area, have a dirty area. Change your clothes regularly when you go outside and we come back. Like, that's what you should do. Especially when you have kids, or if you have kids, or if you have elderly ones living with you. Make sure you do all of these things. Maintain social distancing.
I don't know what to...
You can't.
Nigerians, maintain social distance. Nigerians, you are all up in people's space. Forget Corona. You are all up in people's space. You go to a supermarket and they're standing like right beside you. Do you want to marry me? Am I married to you? Do I know you? So please, let's maintain social distance. How
then
many feet?
all those people that you see people with 6 meters. 6 feet.
6, it can't be 6 feet.
6 meters.
2 feet. It's 2 feet.
2 feet, 6 meters. Right? And all those people that see people wearing face mask and ask them, why are you wearing face mask?
Stop that nonsense.
Hey, God. Oh, God.
We look forward to a time when COVID restrictions will no longer be our spotlight.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. This has been a fantastic
show. And guys, you do not want to miss the month of February, because our next show will definitely be in February.
And it's about
love. Baby love. Yeah, in case you don't know, our studio is actually red. So yeah, it's on. We're all about love here. We're people of love, not of war. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. My name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
My name is Ejiro Esigbone, aka AG Baby.
Lifestyle Central signing out. Peace, yo.
And this show was Boom Shakalaka. My producer always makes me say that. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Ejiro Esigbone, and this show is gonna be Boom Shakalaka.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.